Welcome to the Board Business Channel. Ready for a deep dive today?
Always. What are we looking at?
We're checking out Light-On Technology.
Okay, the Taiwanese electronics company.
Yep, and they're doing some really interesting stuff.
How? Like what?
Well, we've got a couple articles here from the Economic Daily News, and then something from, looks like, the event website itself. It's called the Inaction 1111 Circular Treasure Procurement Festival.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
I know, right? But pretty cool when you think about it.
I mean, it's catchy for sure.
It is. And it's all about, well, think about Singles Day, November 11th.
Oh, yeah. Buy.
Exactly. But Light-On's like, nah, let's reuse stuff.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, this is actually their second year running this thing.
Second year. So they must have had some success with it the first time.
Seems like it. And they've partnered with 8 other companies to make it happen.
8? Wow, that's a lot.
It is. All different sectors, too. Shows you it's a team effort.
Definitely. And I think that ties into Taiwan's big push for net zero by 2050, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. A circular economy where we're reusing and recycling is, like, crucial for that.
Absolutely crucial.
Makes you think when you see stats like the one from the Taiwan EPA.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Online shopping in Taiwan creates, like, 220 million pieces of packaging waste.
Every year.
Every year.
That's crazy.
Plus, on top of all that trash, over 110,000 tons of carbon emissions.
Ugh, it's mind-boggling.
Really puts into perspective what Leon's trying to do here.
Yeah, it does. So what exactly is this festival?
Think of it like a massive secondhand market at Taipei's Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall Plaza.
Okay, so like a flea market.
Kind of, but bigger.
Yeah.
Over 10,000 items donated.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
And it's not just junk. We're talking high-quality electronics, designer bags.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Right. Even unique collectible stuff you wouldn't find it just anywhere.
So basically treasure hunting?
Pretty much. And get this, even Lidon's chairman, Tom Sun, is all about this less is more idea.
What? Really?
Yeah, he even talks about his own past overconsumption.
Huh. A leader admitting they're not perfect.
Right. It's refreshing.
Definitely.
He basically said the festival is about encouraging people to really think before they buy.
Makes sense.
And to keep things in use for longer,
Yeah, I get that. It's not about making people feel bad, more like giving them options.
Exactly. And the best part, every single dollar raised goes to charity.
No way. All of it.
All of it. We're talking 14 different NGOs across 6 categories.
The checks. Like what?
Disability services, child welfare, environmental protection.
Whoa, covering all the bases.
They really are. And you can see the impact from last year's event.
Oh, yeah.
Like they helped fund scholarships for kids from new immigrant families.
That's awesome. Those kids face a lot of challenges.
Right. And another group, they used the money to buy boxing shoes for young athletes.
Oh, cool. So they're supporting these kids through sports.
Yep. And another one that's close to my heart, they helped the Wildone Wildlife Hospital.
What's that one do?
They rescue injured raptors, like hawks and eagles.
Oh, wow. Important work.
Definitely, they play a big role in the ecosystem.
They do. And it's so cool how they're connecting our buying habits with the health of the planet.
And last but not least, they funded documentation of Taiwan's coastline.
For what?
So researchers can make better decisions about protecting the environment.
Smart.
Planning for the future.
And here's the kicker. Light-On wants other companies to copy this model.
What? Really?
Yeah, they want to spread the love.
That's how you create real change. It's not about competition.
Totally.
So cool. Reminds me of when Steve, the executive director of the Arizona Taiwan office,
Yeah.
went to the very first one. He said it was a huge success.
Well, there you have it. Sounds like they're onto something special.
Definitely. What stood out to you about all this?
Good question.
What really resonated?
For me, I think it's how they make sustainability fun.
Right. Not just like preaching or guilt tripping.
Yeah, it's accessible, not some far-off idea.
Totally. And it shows that nobody's perfect. It's about progress. Yeah. That's a great point. Makes you think, like, what could we do differently?
How can we be more circular in our own lives?
What comes to mind for you?
I think being more mindful is huge. Like, before you buy something new,
Oh, yeah. Good point.
ask yourself, do I really need this?
Or could I get it secondhand?
Exactly. Break away from that gotta have it now feeling.
And maybe even embrace that treasure hunt,
Totally. Finding that unique gem, giving it a second life.
And all the creativity that comes with it, repurposing stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My mom used to make us Halloween costumes from old clothes.
That's awesome. DIY and sustainable.
Right. And beyond just the planet, there's that social aspect too.
Oh, yeah, connecting with your community.
Swapping stories, finding treasures.
It's like a feel-good swap meet. Everyone wins.
I love that. It really captures the vibe.
And it's not just a one-time thing. It builds a system.
A new way of consuming, benefiting everyone in the long run.
Less waste, more resources saved, stronger communities.
All good stuff. Did you know extracting materials causes like 50% of global emissions?
50%, that much.
Yeah, it's wild. That's why the circular economy thing is so important.
So we can reuse what we already have.
Exactly. Less demand for new resources, less digging stuff up.
Helps fight climate change, protect the planet.
It's all connected.
Totally. And it feels like Light On is showing what needs to happen globally.
This shift towards a more circular future.
Exactly. And proving it can be fun.
Definitely. Makes me want to go thrifting right now.
Here. Imagine finding something with a whole story behind it.
Yeah, passed down through generations. That's true value.
Okay, so as we wrap up this part, what's the main takeaway for our listeners? It's about more than just doing less harm, right? It's about making a positive impact.
Yeah, being creative, building community.
Reimagining how we live, basically.
You know what else I find interesting? It's not just about changing shopping habits. They're tackling a business challenge, too.
Oh, how so?
Electronic waste, it's a huge problem.
Yeah, all our old phones and computers and stuff.
And we keep upgrading, so where does it all go?
It's one of the fastest growing waste streams, for sure.
But it's full of valuable materials.
So they can be reused instead of going to a landfill.
Exactly. Less waste, fewer resources mined.
More sustainable business model.
Closing the loop, like we were talking about.
And Lead On's taking the lead on this.
Which makes them industry leaders, right?
Smart move. Especially as consumers care more about this stuff.
It's not just the product, it's the whole life cycle.
How it's made, what happens when we're done with it.
Lead On gets it. They're thinking holistically.
It's inspiring. Shows that sustainability and profit can work together.
Powerful message for businesses and consumers.
Okay, last question. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be more sustainable but feels overwhelmed?
Start small. Don't try to do everything at once.
Like what? Any examples?
Maybe cut down on food waste or buy secondhand clothes.
Good ones. Every bit makes a difference.
Do your research. Find what works for you.
Yeah, there's no one right way.
Well, I think we've learned a lot from Light On today.
Some great lessons about sustainability in business.
Makes you hopeful about the future.
It does. Remember, everyone, sustainability is a journey.
We can all be part of the solution.
Thanks for joining us on the Board Business Channel.
Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.